Andy Sullivan, Blue Collar Corner. I'm here with Senator Marty Golden from Bay Ridge, Brooklyn, my hometown. Marty, what's it going to take for the GOP to take back the White House in 2012?
I tell you right now, the price of gasoline is going up. I don't see jobs coming back from this recovery. I see a jobless recovery. New York still has, just this one state has over 750,000 people who still have unemployment, taking unemployment checks, and that's not including the ones that gave up looking for jobs, and those that have already used up all of their benefits. So it's probably over 1 million people looking for work here in just this one state. If you take a look at that across the spectrum of the whole nation, I think you got a pretty angry electorate and an electorate that wants change. And so it's very possible for Republicans to do that.
Now, what do you think about, I know especially with the Tea Party and the Conservative Party now, which is gaining a lot more momentum, it seems, and their concentration of the fiscal issues and the smaller government is all well and good. But what about the other side? What about the social issues? Stuff like abortion, stuff like protection of marriage?
Well, if you can't protect the innocent, that should be protected. I believe our country should protect us from the cradle to the grave, and I believe that abortion is wrong. And the same thing, gay marriage is something that I think is not ready for here for the state of New York. It's not ready for the nation. If the city and the state as great as the state of New York, you could go out there and vote for gay marriage, I don't think the country would go the same way. Is that the signal we want to send to the rest of the world? I don't think so. I think it's wrong. I think it's abhorrent. I think it's time to focus in on bread and butter issues that are really affecting jobs. People be able to pay for rent and electricity and their gas and send their kids to school and reach the American dream. We can't do it today. It's a changed economy, it's a changed world. It's not going to ever go back to the way we've seen it in the past, and that's pretty sad.
Now, what do you think about this president administration? And it seems like a war on the small businessmen. I mean, it seems like they're becoming extinct. You got the Costco's and the Dwayne Reeds and the CVS's. I remember in our neighborhood, we knew the hardware store guy. He lived in like a little cardboard box, and he could get any tool or screw that you needed. And you go to the coffee shop, you knew the waitress, you knew the guys, cooking your meal. Today, everything is Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts.
Well, it's pretty sad.
Have we lost that?
We are, and unfortunately, because even you talked about the hardware store, let's talk about our pharmacies. Our pharmacies had everybody known by first name. You know what prescriptions you can take, what prescriptions you can't take, what you want. When you got
sometimes you avoid a trip to the doctor by going to your pharmacy.
Yeah, so that was starting to lose that flavor. So I continually fight for that small business person to be able to stay in business. And of course, with this whole healthcare system that we have now, the state has changed the way we do healthcare in the state of New York. The federal government has done it under Obamacare. We're not finished. We won't know what Obamacare is completely done to this nation to 2014. I can tell you right now.
We got to pass it before we know what's in it.
Yeah,
thank you, Nancy Pelosi.
We've got to figure out exactly what this is costing our nation and where it's driving this nation. $14 trillion in debt, another $2 trillion on top of that coming towards our kids. You can't do that, and you're forcing the little guy out. They just can't survive in this economy, and they can't survive with this healthcare package. Imagine a small business having to pick up healthcare for all of its employees. He's dead. He's out of work. It's gone. So there are, a scenario that we have here in this great nation, and it's based on a free enterprise. It's competitive competition. It's the greatest nation in the world. Why would we want to change that? Why would we want to change the dynamics of what the fabric of this great nation stands for? And I think that's what Obama has done here, and I think it's wrong. And I think it's the small business is paying for it, our families are paying for it, and the social issues should even be on the agenda. That's the sad part.
Now, what do you think? You got anybody in particular you like for 2012?
Oh, there's a host of them. Yeah, it's too early to go out there and to make a decision, but you got a lot of guys. I'm not even going to venture into this, into a guess yet.
You gonna balk on me? Come on.
No, I tell you, you got the Mitt Romneys of the world. They're going to be coming out. You have, you still got the guys, the Giulianis and the Pataki's are still looking at it. You still have a whole host of people.
Is that right? Giuliani and Pataki still
looking at it, and Fuente and a couple of the Midwest. There's some pretty sharp young guys out there that I think could make a.
What do you think about all this hubbub about Christie, trying to talk Christie into going?
I'll be honest with you, Christie got my vote.
Is that right?
Yeah, I tell you right now, Christie is a take charge, take no prisoners, and get done for the taxpayer of the state of New York. That's the type of president we need here in this great nation. A person that knows, I'm not worried about.
Someone's going to unify, not divide.
I'm not worried about how I speak. I'm worried about getting a job done. I'm not looking for politically speak. I'm looking for getting lower taxes, less government, and getting this nation back on track to where it should be. That's the type of guy we need.
And between you and me and my people out there, did you get to see the pictures of Bin Laden with his head blown off or what?
No, I did not. But I got to tell you, it was the greatest pleasure to many. And I say pleasure because of the families. We lost 3,000 families, and most of them here in New York City. Most of them my neighbors in Brooklyn and Bay Ridge and Dyke and New York and in Staten Island and across our city. So that team 6 that came in, I had the privilege.
How much are you loving those guys?
I'm going to tell you, there's more than only 20 or 30 that you see in that picture. It was about 125 of that team. I honored them in a very rich manner in 2007. I had that team here. That's the same team that went in and took out that pirate that killed those Americans. So that's what you need is something to bring back bring tears to your eyes and spirit, what we stand for, what this nation. No person's going to get away with hurting and killing Americans, and that's the signal we send. And so for that, I give President Obama kudos for, and I give Team 6, and of course the guy that started this whole thing, which nobody wants to give credit to, is a guy named President Bush. I give him credit 100% for this.
Amen to that, Marty. Thank you so much.
Thank you.